Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Place, the Duergar, where I have arrived at Crabber's Cove in near Salt Marsh, where we're about to find out is if there's anyone using this warehouse in an unofficial capacity. What do you have to say about this? Bostwick is your name? Did you see it too? It appears to me every night, asking to be released. It led me here to Crabber's Cove, but then I saw those brutes and their captives, and oh dear, I can tell from the look on your face that you have no idea what I'm talking about. I take it that you haven't been seeing a mysterious apparition in your dreams? Hold on. Captives? This sounds serious. Tell me more about this. Yes, a very disreputable looking group of sailors took the two captives into Crabber's Cove warehouse over there. The captives looked very confused indeed. I didn't recognize the prisoners, so they must not be from Saltmarsh. What do those poor captives have to do with these apparitions I keep seeing? Well, it's all very confusing. I'll see if I can find your apparitions and also free those captives. Okay, so now, uh, I'll presume that this is the warehouse. It's time for us to find out what sleeps below.
This building looked abandoned from the outside, but once inside, you can see signs of recent habitation. In fact, you can hear muffled voices from the next room.
There seems to be a theme here in Salt Marsh. Alright. Yeah. Journal page. Must I remind you of the terms of our deal? The Brotherhood will use our connections to ensure that your trade in illicit goods continues unhindered. In exchange, you guard the complex and carry out the Brotherhood's orders on the grounds. That includes looking after our captives, or lubber layabouts as you call them. Let us have no more squabbling over the matter. You do not wish to make an enemy of the Scarlet Brotherhood. Minas. Okay, so the Scarlet Brotherhood is involved here. I suppose a dwarf from the Forgotten Realms won't know anything about this. Does the Scarlet Brotherhood exist in the Forgotten? I don't know if Saltmarsh is in the Forgotten Realms, but I always thought it was a Greyhawk type thing. It could be neither. You know
A
how
muffled
D&D is.
shout can be heard from one of the rooms above you.
Alright, so we've got signal crystals, stairs up. Well, up. Balcony. Oh, a door. Ah, another note. The security doors must be kept closed at all times. The Brotherhood cannot have intruders interfering in our affairs, not while we conduct our researches. The system of levers and locks is quite straightforward, and I might add, the extra security would not have been necessary in the first place if we hadn't kept finding empty ale bottles and half-eaten sandwiches in the summoning chamber. Minas. Okay. Alright, so now, there we go. How about, assuming that being bigger doesn't hinder me in here? And in here. Oh, hi.
A figure in the corner calls for help as you burst into the room.
Okay. Not exactly the most elegant of entrances. Hello? At last! I thought these lunatics would keep me here forever. They kept asking me about to read some text written in some weird language. I can't make heads or tails of it. I mean, I barely know shorthand. Though Master Stargazer tells me that with work... Oh, wait. Master Stargazer, what's happened to her? Well, let's start at the beginning. How did you end up here? Well, Master Stargazer and I were traveling through town. We were staying in a tavern waiting for our ship to arrive. This morning we went out to look at some old ruined tower outside of town, but this group of brigands grabbed us and brought us here. Okay, you went to look at that tower. I was just at that tower. It was full. It had a nightmare there. And, oh, never mind. They dragged Master Stargazer down into the cavern below this building. Then they brought me up here and tried to get me to read that strange script. Thanks for rescuing me. See if you can find Master Stargazer. She must be around here somewhere. All right. By the way, who questioned you? Oh, we were captured by quite common thugs. Sailors, I think. The people who interrogated me were robed and were a bit brighter. But honestly, they all seem to be over their heads. There's probably only a handful of people alive today who could read that text. Whatever they're tinkering with is very old and probably very dangerous. Okay, I'll deal with the rest of them. It should be safe to leave now.
The prisoner tells you that his captors interrogated him about a strange script he couldn't read. He says that the other captive was taken down through the basement and into a cavern.
Okay, so guess they assumed that he was a master of languages or something like that. All right, so that is now open. I guess we go this way. Up the stairs. Hey, you go down first. And you. And of course, find all the crates where they stored their money. Open up.
A door creaks open down on the main floor. Dank air wafts up from the lower level of the building.
Alright, so that's the door we just opened. I'd be tempted to just jump down, but I haven't found a feather falling item yet. Which is I always consider to be a very, very important thing to have on you.
A musty smell permeates this part of the building. Stairs lead down to the basement.
Hello. Okay. You go. You go. And you go. Nothing there? Alright, this way. Any more? Yep, there are more. You can't stop us! Yeah, well, I'm gonna try. Hi, I'm gonna try to stop you. Didn't do a very good job of looking at. Let's see. There obviously must be another signal crystal. And you. Aha! Good thing they it
The
clicked
door
when I killed them.
opens, and a gust of cool, damp air billows out.
Because that was the clue that told me, oh, the signal crystal is right next to you. And there we are down here. Let's try that.
Scratching and squeaking can be heard from deeper inside the cavern.
Well, take care of a few rats. Alright. We've dealt with the rats. Well, the first of many sets of rats, most likely.
2 corridors lie to the east and west. The door to the eastern hallway is open, while the locked door to the west has 3 dim crystals above it.
Oh, yes, that 3 dim crystals there, so obviously I need to open up the crystals. This way? Up. Up. Oh, okay. I'm up there. Did I go the right? Oh, I think I found the Scarlet Brotherhood. And you. Anything here? Nope. Open up. And this way. Nothing interesting in that room. How about this room? Well, more members of the Scarlet Brotherhood.
A halfling woman stands nearby, reading a book.
We'll see what she has to say. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Let's get down to a more normal size. Hey, could I get down more to her size? Alright. This is Loose Stargazer. Alright, traveling scholar. Thank you, stranger, for rescuing me from those idiots. For some reason, they captured me and my apprentice as we were passing through Salt Marsh. Then they dragged me into this room and started questioning me regarding my knowledge of ancient scripts. Yeah, I got that impression. Anyway, I was unable to read the text. It was some sort of ancient language, one that's probably been dead for thousands of years. But judging from what my captors talked about when they thought I wasn't listening, they're up to something sinister. I mean, there is a sinister secret in Salt Marsh? Ooh. Oh, did they mention an apparition appearing in their dreams or anything like that? Apparition? No. From what they said, I gathered that they were trying to summon something. Something evil. Ooh. Who exactly questioned you? Oh, we were captured by some quite common thugs. Sailors, I think. The people who interrogated us were robed and were a bit brighter. It sounds a lot like your apprentice there. Yes, but honestly, they all seem to be above their heads. There are probably only a handful of people who could read the text, yes. Okay, I'll deal with the rest of them.
The halfling tells you that members of the Brotherhood interrogated her in a nearby building. She fears that they're trying to summon a great evil.
Alright, so... Oh, see what we got here. Some sort of danger nearby. Oh, one of the brothers found a most unusual tome buried beneath the flatboards. It seems that there's more to this old building than we suspected when we close to it for our meeting place. The part of the book we can read describes some kind of powerful creature bound by ever more powerful wards. What I find this is, if we could control this creature, it will finally put the Salt Marsh branch of the Scarlet Brotherhood on the map. Though there's a complication. While many fine and worthy members of our community belong to the Scarlet Brotherhood, none understand the language most of the book is written in. Still, there's our scholars who pass through the town en route to other destinations. We will use methods to persuade them to cooperate. Now, let's see. You would think that that there would be a bias towards members, of the Scarlet Brotherhood who have an interest in arcane languages and might know about it, so grabbing a random scholar, you expect that to help? Well, apparently he did. There we go. How about this way? Let's see, I'm supposed to have 3? Ooh. Let's see. That's 1, right? I hope I don't miss any. This place is turning into a maze. Oops. Back to the Brotherhood. There is danger around. There's apparently a trap somewhere in there. The question is, how do you get to there? Do I really want to get there, of course, if there is a trap there? Might not be the best place to go. Yeah. Somewhere in there, there is a trap. Oh.
A series of gears click in the distance, and a loud thunk reverberates through the cavern.
So that was the third one? Oh, I guess I had forgotten about the first one. Oh, spot hidden. Let's see, what do we got up here? Oh. Ooh. That's something. Yeah, let's deal with that. Is this the trap that I was detecting earlier? And how about open up lock? And what have we got here? Let's see. Oh well. Now, what have we got in here? The smugglers report that some kind of apparition haunts their dreams, begging them to free it. They claim to be so horrified by this that they're considering fleeing the area. I could see what they were after. I promised them a hefty cash bonus after we decipher the books. That should keep them around a little while longer. We must complete one of the summoning projects. We need more reliable servants. Oh, so they want to summon some great evil so that it will become a servant of theirs. Now we're getting into difficulties. Now, where are we? Oh, I suppose it's time to head back down? Yes, the door is indeed open now. So I must have lit all three of them.
The faint sound of chanting can be heard from deeper inside the building.
Alright, so they seem to be working on one of their summoning projects then. Whoever this is, they just love their summoning circles. Okay, let's get bigger. Open up.
You can hear chanting in the distance as you enter the building.
Ooh, another note. Oh, that was the last of the notes apparently. The book keeps its secrets. Neither of the captives have been able to decipher it. I've told the others to carry on with summoning the fiend instead. Yet, I can't help but think that this building includes some greater secret. Ooh. I guess we'll never know. Maybe they could try a summon translator spell. It summons a person who spoke a long dead language so that you could decipher it. I'm assuming that it was a legitimate language and that it wasn't written in some weird code language like Voina cheese or anything like that. There we go. Well, that's one of them. So apparently there's okay, that has another signal crystal in it. Oh. Oh, yeah, there's the other signal crystal. And you? Open up! Okay, I'll presume it's the one that was back here. Alright.
The chanting halts. An angry form materializes inside the summoning circle.
What, the Bone Demon can't read it either?
A voice from the room next door shouts, "What's going on? Don't tell me you bungled the ritual. Can't anyone in this backwater do anything right?"
Apparently not. Well, let's see what we've got here. Let's see. Oh. Ouch! Oh, good. Good grief.
Merit falls, but the violence of your struggle causes part of the chamber floor to collapse.
Alright. I haven't opened up this yet. I will go down to the collapsed area after I take care of what's in this room. Apparently it's an optional, I guess. Zelanath the Red-Handed. Aha! I caught you red-handed. Okay, that is at least 2 tiers of that. What do we got? No, that's ransack, so all 3 tiers. Open up! Orb of Transmutate. Well, I don't use orbs on this character. I'm so used to being on characters that do use orbs that I was thinking about it for a moment there. Now, what's down here?
A coffin lies in the corner of this dusty crypt, covered in arcane wards.
Mysterious voice. Mystically bound coffin. At last, at long last, I have been bound here so long, trapped within my prison. Yet my countless years of confinement were paradise compared to what I had to endure with that Scarlet Brotherhood arrived. They had their meetings directly above me, droning on and on about their petty schemes. Is there anything more tedious than the plans of a small mind? Their constant babbling about drove me mad. So I reached out, speaking to people in their dreams, searching for someone who would come to release me from my torture. And now you are here, ready to fulfill your destiny. Free me! I command! I'd rather not. I think I'll just help myself to whatever is in this chest over there and be on my way. Fair enough. I should have known that anyone with the will to and determination to deal with those Brotherhood cretins would not be easily swayed by my will. Well, very well then. Leave me in my blissful silence. I need a rest after having to listen to those insects. Yeah, all right.
The creature in the casket asks you to free him, but you decide that there must have been a good reason for the thing to be bound inside its coffin. Best to let sleeping apparitions lie.
Apparently so. Okay. Well, that's it for that. Now, let's go. Oh yes, I think I pull this lever, and we get a ladder. And I believe there is a book here. Probably the book in question. This is the Ancient Tome. You are unable to decipher the text within this book. Well, I suppose that's fair enough. This is optional. Decipher the book. What do you need to do in order to decipher the book? It could be that depends upon your class. Probably if you have arcane lore, you're able to do it, and if you don't, you can't. I have to go with that most likely because I do have characters that were able to decipher it. This is just not one of them. I found the apparition and I think it'll calm down now. Smugglers? The Scarlet Brotherhood? Summoned fiends? Oh goodness, that's quite a lot to process. But you freed the prisoners, you said? Oh, that calls for a reward then. Here, take this. One of the smugglers dropped it. Oh dear, I do hope that apparition isn't angry. I really need to get some sleep. Well, I don't think the apparition will bother you anymore. It seems happy to get some peace and quiet. Yeah. Well, let's see what we got here. Agile Bracers of Constitution 2. Well, it actually could be useful. Well, after I get up to level 4, it should be useful at least. Well, that's it for that. And in our next episode, I think it's time for us to check in on those lizard folk when we return to the next episode of Piney Plays the Duergar.